Good morning, student. Here is the second lecture of this topic. What is democracy and why democracy? In last lecture, we have seen the simple definition of the democracy. What was the simple definition of the democracy? Democracy is a form of government where which rulers are elected by the people. Means in simple definition we have seen rulers are elected by the people. Now come to the features of the democracy. So we have started with the simple definition. Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. This definition in first lecture we have seen, discussed. So here rurals, election and people, these three important words are there. So who are the rurals in this definition? So when are the rurals? Who are the rurals in this definition? Which official must be elected for any government to be called the democracy, and which decision may be taken by the non-democratic official in the democracy. So here rural means those who take the decision. Who are the rurals in this definition, and which official must elected for any government to be called the democracy? Means rurals, they are elected in democracy. They takes the decision. Then another word came in that definition, that was the election. Rural are elected through the election. So what kind of election constitute a democratic election? Means which election, which type of election we can say that election is democratic manner, or what condition must be fulfilled for an election to be considered a democratic election. Means which conditions are there for considering that election is democratic one. Okay, and third word was there, that who are the people. We have seen in that definition rurals are elected by the people. So who are the people? Who can elect the rurals? Those who can elect the rurals and get the election as a rulers, or get the elected as a rulers. Should this include every citizen on the equal basis, or can considered so here people, so the people who can elect the rurals or get the elected as a ruler, should this include every citizens on an equal basis? On equal basis. Can the democracy deny some citizens this right? Means democracy gives the right to every citizen. Those who, some conditions are there, those are above 18 years as per decided. Before this voting age was 21. Now this voting age is 18. Those who are 18 years above, and all, though they are men, women, rich, poor, all they gets the right to giving the vote or casting their vote, and they are called the people. Means people, election and rural, these three important words were there in this definition. So finally what kind of the form of government is democracy? डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट एक किस प्रकार का गवर्नमेंट होता है? can elected rulers do what they want in the democracy? So, or must the democratic government function with some limits? Means those elected leaders, can they do whatever they wanted to do, or is there any limitation in the democracy? Yes, there is some limitation. They have to work as per the constitutional provision. Though they are elected, they are rural, elected by the people, but they have to work on the welfare of the people. They have some limitations for their work. So let us consider each of these questions with the help of some examples. Means these things we have seen through this definition. Democracy is a form of government which rulers are elected by the people. So here we have seen rulers, government, elected people, all these things. Then come to the major decision by the elected leaders. With the example of Pakistan. In Pakistan, General Pervez Musharraf led military coup in October 1999. He overthrew the democratically elected government. This is the incidence of 1999, and he overthrew democratically elected government in that country and declared himself as a executive of country. So later change his designation to the president. Means he became the president in 2002. First of all, he overthrew democratically elected government in 1999, and then he became in 2002 president of that country. For this purpose, he held in 2002 referendum in the country that granted him a 5-year extension. So here, what is referendum? Referendum means what? Taking public opinion for the particular task. Here task was for extending 5 years as a president of that country. So he had taken referendum. Referendum is taking public opinion. For what purpose? For the chief executive of country. So first of all, he was chief executive of country, and later exchanged his designation to president through the referendum for the 5-year extension. So Pakistani media, human rights organization, and democracy activist said that this referendum that was based on malpractices. Means whatever he taken public opinion or referendum, or he got the extension for 5 years as a president, but whatever public opinion or referendum he had taken, that was based on the malpractices, that was not the ethical way, and frauds. In August 2002, he issued the legal framework order. What he done here? He issued legal framework order that amended constitution of the Pakistan. According to this order, the president can dismiss the national or provincial assembly. Means he changed, or he amended constitution and changed the legal framework here. And in the order, president can dismiss the national provincial assembly. Means as per this amendment, he got the right to dismiss the what? Dismiss the provincial assemblies. Assemblies mean just like parliament. The work of this civilian cabinet is supervised by the National Security Council, which is dominated by the military officers. So National Security Council, it is one of the body. So work of civilian cabinet is supervised. Civilian cabinet means those who were elected by the people or in the assembly. Their work that had to be supervised by whom? National Security Council, as per this amendment, which is dominated by the military officers. So here National Security Council, National Security Council, who were included here? Officials, military officers, they were included in this National Security Council, and their work to supervise whom? Provincial assembly, those who were elected by the people. Okay, after passing this law, who passed this law? Pervez Musharraf as a head or president. After passing this law, elections were held to national and state assemblies. So Pakistan has had elected representative and have some powers, but the final power rests with the military officers and General Pervez Musharraf. Means here thing is that though elected assembly was there, but they had a limited powers. Actual their work that was supervised by the National Security Council, which included the military officers and under the head of whom? Pervez Musharraf as a president. Means here we can say that actual power that was or control that was under with whom? Pervez Musharraf. Though elected means elective representatives, cabinet or assembly, that was nominal. Actual power rests with the National Security Council or military officers under the control of Pervez Musharraf. And in definition we have seen actual rulers, elected rulers have some powers, but here elected rulers had no powers, and power that was rest with whom? Pervez Musharraf and Security Council, where military officers were included. Okay, so major so they cannot take the final decision. Here they cannot take the final decision. Means actual though they were rurals, elected rurals, it is expected in democracy they have to get the final decision for using their power, but here power is nominal with this elected rurals. They cannot take the final decision. Powers to take the final decision rest with the army officials and with the General Musharraf, and none of them are elected by the people, not military officer and none the Pervez Musharraf elected by the people. And actual rurals, they had no power to take the decision. And what we expect from the democracy, elected rurals have the powers for taking the final decision. This happens in many dictatorship and monarchy. It is common in the monarchies and dictator, but not expect in the democracy. They formally have an elected parliament and government. Nominal, formally means nominal, they have elected parliament or government, but real power is with those who are not elected. Real power किसके पास है? With whom? Military and Pervez Musharraf or president, and both these bodies not elected. In last chapter we read about this. Okay, so here okay, so here government means real power is with those who are not elected. In the last chapter we read about the role of USSR in the communist Poland and US contemporary Iraq. There is no last power in this country, but they are communist countries and monarchies, but we not expect in the democratic countries. Here the real power was with the external power. इस कंट्री में रियल पावर किसके पास? अब मीन्स दैट इज वेस्टेड टू द एक्सटर्नल पावर्स एंड नॉट विद द लोकली इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव इन दिस कंट्री, पोलैंड एंड इराक. दिस कैन नॉट बी कॉल्ड द पीपल्स रूल, और इसे हम पीपल्स रूल नहीं कह सकते हैं. तो पीपल्स रूल किसको कहेंगे? पीपल्स रूल मीन्स इन डेमोक्रेटिक वी एक्सपेक्ट दैट rurals which we have elected, they have authority to use the final power, taking the final decision. So here the what is this definition shows us, gives us, this is gives the first feature of the democracy. And what is that first feature? In democracy, final decision making power must rest with those elected by the people. So this is the first feature of democracy that we have seen. Okay, so here first feature we have seen of the democracy. Come to the free and fair electoral competition. Free and fair electoral competition. So election, it is expected, it is necessary, mandatory in the democratic country, but election should be free and fair manner. Free and fair electoral competition means in election so many parties involved, so many candidates involved in the election. It is expected in the democracy, but their competition through the election should be free and fair manner. Competition should be there, but competition should be healthy. If we take the example of China, elections are regularly held after every 5 years for electing the country's parliament. This is the example of China. This is example of China. After every 5 years, they takes the election conduct regularly after every 5 years. And what is electing the country's parliament, and that parliament in their Chinese word it is given Kunago Renmin Digbio Daohui, means this is Chinese language. So the parliament name, meaning of this word is National People's Congress. That is called the parliament of country. We are talking about the China. So National People Congress has power to appoint the president of the country. So here in China, National People Congress has the power to appoint the president of the country, and it has nearly 3000 members elected from all over the China, just like parliament in India. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Together it is called the parliament, and both the members, they are elected, direct and indirect. Lok Sabha's member, they are elected directly by the people. Okay, here. So 3000 members are there in this National People Congress in China, and these 3000 members, elected member, they have power to elect the president, and some members are elected by the army. Some members, they are elected by the army. Altogether these are 3000 members in the Chinese parliament. So some members are elected by the army, and before contesting election, candidate needs the approval of the Chinese Communist Party. Chinese Communist Party, it is dominated party there, and any candidate belonging to the any party, that party or candidate have to give the approval by the Chinese Communist Party. Means this is dominating party in this China. That name of this Chinese Communist Party. Only those who are the member of Chinese Communist Party or 8 smaller parties, they are also following the principles or ideas of this Chinese Communist Party, and these parties to it were allowed to contest the election. Means only 8 follower parties, those who give the support to the Chinese Communist Party, that candidate or that party has right there to conduct the election or to participate or contest the election, allowing to contest the election held in 2002 and 3. So the government is always formed by the Communist Party, because almost candidate or parties, those who involved in contesting election, so they are the follower of Chinese Communist Party, and that is why every time who comes as a winning position, only which party comes there, always in the winning position, Communist Party. So this is the example of China. Though they are conducting election, but limited choice is there to the voters, because Communist Party, Chinese Communist Party and their follower parties, 8 follower parties, only that candidates participate in the election. So voter is having limited choice, and every time these parties members they comes in a winning position. So we can't say that there is a democracy. So and another one, since in independence in 1930, Mexico, it is one of the example of Mexico. Okay, students, we'll see tomorrow related to the Mexico. Just we have seen about the Communist Party in China. Though election takes place, but every time only one party, that is Chinese Communist Party, comes in the winning position, that we have seen. Tomorrow in next lecture we will see about the Mexico, how election takes place, and all these things in detail we will see in the next lecture. Okay, good day student.